Time to embarrass myself once more on the internet. Today I'm using Photoshop to turn myself into GRU because that's what this channel has come to. That is truly demonic. Please leave a like for all the pain that this video has caused me. Previously I turned myself into Megamind, which was a disaster, so today let's do GRU instead. This pose in particular is the one I'm gonna recreate, so let's go ahead and take some pictures. I would say this is embarrassing. We've been here several times before. These are some I took and decided to go with this one because my hand position is the most accurate, as far as, you know, that goes. Let's open up Photoshop and get this nightmare going. This is what we have, and this is what we're gonna turn it into. Oh boy. I first drew an outline of his face so we can work on my face below that. The logical thing to me was to first cut off some elements from my face, like my eyes and my nose and my mouth, because this image is going to be so incredibly warped that it will just end up looking something like this if we don't. Not ideal. I began with the eyes. I put them right under there and faded out the edges. I then tried matching the eye shape using Liquify. Then that same thing I did with the eye on the left, and well, that looks freaking amazing already. Let's move on. The nose. I again used Liquify to mess it up bad. The nose is obviously the most outstanding part of GRU's face. This is about where it started looking quite horrendous already, but I have no choice but to continue. This kind of looked like a bird to me, by the way. Now, the mouth. That had to be the same kind of mad, sad mouth. So once again, ladies and gentlemen, some Liquify. I strongly encourage you to trust the process for this one. I promise it'll get better than this. Or well, I mean, will it? Now that all the items are in place, I had to add skin to the rest of my head. I now put my full face under there and tried matching the shape of the head, resulting in the most fire haircut you will ever see. I have no words to describe what I'm currently looking at, so I simply won't. The original eyes and nose were kind of in the way, so I chopped up a bunch of pieces from my face skin and filled up all the weird spots. Slowly but surely, this turned into a true GRU face. That rhymes. One of the most important things though, the eyebrows. I cut those out and pasted them on there using warp to match the shape. This really was the cherry on top because this made it look even more cursed than it already was. I also put my ear on there and that means all elements are now in place. This next step I did is kinda questionable since it made it look a bit too similar, which resulted in this very uncanny result. Using shadowing, I recreated the same kind of lighting as the original photo, mainly under his eyes. I darkened it up a bit and that is truly demonic. I made my skin a little bit softer using surface blur, darkened the eyebrows, and oh my, oh my. Also, his eyes are very bright blue, so that I added as well, just a little bit. I put his face on my body, and what is happening? What am I doing? What it comes down to now is really just the same thing again, but body parts. I began with my arm, which I cut out and warped in place. I then did the same thing to my torso, and that took some severe warping. Kind of insane, but it did work, as far as you can call this successful, that is. I erased the prop gun from my hand so we could later add the real thing, and as far as the scarf goes, I kinda cheated because I took it from the original picture. I couldn't really find something that looked the same online. It does look pretty good though, so you don't hear me complain. At this point, I forgot the bottom half because I wasn't really paying attention, but I would add that later, so worry not, my friend. Then his legs, we don't actually need to do a lot for those. I really gotta go to the gym again. I used a tedious amount of warp once again to make my chicken legs even skinnier, and well, there you go. Then the last element we need is of course his freeze gun, so I did the obvious and made that all look very slick, so yeah. To create some lighting consistency, I added a rim light around him and that looked quite nice. Before adding the final background, I added just a simple dark room and added a camera filter to finish that up. Ladies and gentlemen, once again, I have failed successfully. This has gotta be the most uncanny thing I have made to this day. It's just too accurate and realistic to look like an animated character, but then at the same time, there's just something terribly wrong and your subconsciousness just can't comprehend it. And that makes my brain hurt a lot. Let's go again and make a very nice background, because of course this is not gonna cut it. After trying to come up with fun ideas, I remembered this scene from the movie. Now I know I do a ton of edits that have big moons in them, but come on, this is iconic. That's what I'm going for, so let's hope that works. Well, ladies and gentlemen, I don't know what to say. This is GRU, or, well, me as GRU. It is mostly just very painful to look at, but if you like this video either way, leave a like, subscribe, hit the bell so you don't miss a single upload, and then I hope I'll see you in my next video. This is a disaster. Bye bye.